Welcome to another episode of the Presidential Executive Podcast.
What's going on?
It's your boy JB, my guy over here, Reg, y'all.
What it do?
What is going on, my guy? Man, we be having, I wish y'all could be in on the behind the scenes conversations. This is kind of super late, kind of when we recording this, but
it's midnight.
Yeah, but we was just talking about a lot of important, essential stuff just going off the hip, and the
name of the song is called Overcomer.
Overcomer?
Yeah,
okay.
Overcomer.
Okay. We'll check that out. And shout out to our boy Vic, you know what I'm saying, who was over here.
Crown Vic,
you know
Crown 901.
Chopping it up with us, helping me out with some of this good audio and all this stuff, because it is a process dealing with all this stuff, man. But let's get into it. Again, like, share, subscribe.
JBTV on YouTube.
Please.
Presidential Podcast on Facebook, Instagram.
Yes.
Shout out. You see I'm rocking my good rated R from my boy, you know what I'm saying, the
Skip.
King of Raleigh himself.
Skip.
Player Skip Moore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some nice gear, man. Actually, I told Skip I was gonna come back and re-up, because he's updated his stuff since the last time I purchased him. That jacket is nice. That the hat
is doing it.
Yeah, all that stuff. So y'all continue to join the podcast and do all that stuff. We see those that like and follow and do all that stuff. It's not taken for granted
at all. We
appreciate you. Keep doing it. We gonna keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? And let's do that. So let's get into it, Rag, man. Like what is snitching? Like, for me, I watched this documentary with the Takashi 6ix9ine, dealing with that and the Bobby Shmurda thing, but I want you to kind of explain that, like the connection between them both, because I knew about Takashi 6ix9ine and everything that he did, his persona and all that, but him and Bobby Shmurda, how are they kind of connected?
So, and they actually had done a song together.
Yeah,
so
Stupid.
prior to Bobby getting locked up and everything, like they was cool. Yeah. I ain't gonna say they was friends, but they were cool.
Right.
But of course, Bobby's position when Takashi did what he did, he was like, I don't fool with dude no more.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care about the money or whatever. Like, I'll never do another song with him again.
Yeah.
But, and so you look at a guy like Bobby, who was given the option of, if you basically dime your homeboy out or put something on him, you'll get less time.
Uh-huh.
You can go home early. And he was like, I'll do the time.
Right.
So my homeboy can go home early. Right. And so I don't know the full details of it, but basically, like, they wanted him to say something about his partner, and he was like, look, just because I'm in or just because I got this time or whatever, I'm not going to put it on you.
Yeah.
And so to answer the question that you asked, like, let's just say we both was bank robbers or drug dealers or murderers or whatever. We do some dirt together, and I get caught. If I'm upset because I got caught and you were more careful, you know what I'm saying? You went a different direction, you drove down a different street, or you hid your weapons or would have got rid of them. Yeah. And I feel some type of way because, I'm in jail and you're not. Then I'm snitching. And like to Bobby's point, Bobby came home, he got money, he got plaques. Like, that's what, like, look. If I'm not going to say nothing, like, all I ask is, man, take care of my folks. Put me something up to the side in the stock market or something like that.
Right, invest it.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're my competition and I'm diming you out because you making more money than me and I can't really eat how I want to eat or shine how I want to shine because you doing it and I'm not, or you're doing it to a level I'm not. So you know what? If I get you out the way, I can have that spot. You snitching.
Yeah.
But now if you're somebody, you got kids or whatever, you got your family or whatever, you see stuff going on in your neighborhood, on your block, and you ain't about that life. You can't make no phone call for some, button men, that'll push the button on somebody. You call the police.
Right.
That ain't snitch. Like, you're a citizen. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, again, growing up, where we grew up, or around people that
Yeah.
uh, it was a certain level of an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Like the streets would handle certain things.
Uh-huh.
But again, at the same time, like if your grandma called the police on somebody, and you say, "Oh, grandma, you a snitch." No,
Uh-uh.
that's what she's supposed to do. Like
Right.
she ain't in the game. Like she ain't doing no
Right.
dirt. Like
Right.
so, I think it's a misconception that anytime you tell on somebody for doing something that's illegal or harmful or hurtful or abusive or murderous, that you're a snitch.
Uh-uh.
Snitching is only snitching if you're involved in that situation
Uh-huh.
or in that game to A, get yourself out of trouble,
Uh-huh.
or B, eliminate your competition, or in the rare case C, just because you don't like somebody, like y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you stole my girlfriend or something, or
Yeah.
you get the attention that I don't get, you know what I'm saying? You know what? I know you're doing it. It's not about based on any moral dilemma.
Yeah.
It's because I don't personally like you.
Right.
And so, because Bobby was involved with some people and things of that nature, then he didn't snitch, whereas Takashi was actually the ringleader. You're the
Yeah.
orchestrator, but you do hardly any time. And it's people doing it's 30 some years
Yeah.
being done by, when you add up the time of the people that he dimed out,
Yeah. And
you
the
know.
dude, like, I watched this documentary, and Takashi 6ix9ine is, to me, I think he's the epitome of what it is to go all out one way and to get all that you esteem, fame, money, the fortune, the jury, all this stuff. Like this dude, he was like grew up, I guess, in Brooklyn, New York, but he was, you know what I'm saying? He didn't grow up in a gang per se. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them cats that got attached, I guess, to the blood lifestyle and knew some dudes,
I'm
paid
saying
them,
Treyway.
the Treyway, and to do all that stuff. But one of the things in the documentary that stood out to me, he was like at the beginning, was like when he got the tattoo on his face, he was like, "It's no turning back. I'm going to make it as a rapper because you ain't going. Once you put the 6ix9ine on your face and do all that stuff, you're not going to be corporate at Starbucks. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah, it's over for that.
You're not going to do any of that. So you know what I'm saying? Just I think we've talked about this personally before. Just like dog, like just like what you was talking when Vic was here. Like if you're in a certain industry, you're gonna like. But if this is what you're gonna do, go all out with it.
Right.
And that's what he did. Like if you gonna sin, he did everything. He had the FU shirts. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Had a pussy shirt with the eater on the back.
Yeah,
You know what
no,
I'm
like I
saying?
said, like if I'm, why watch porn when I can go make porn? Like I'm not, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it all the way. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm
We was
saying?
talking about
Like
that porn
if I
thing.
rob a bank, I'm not only stealing ones and fives because I'm going to do the same amount of
I'm
time. I'm straight hundreds,
I'm not going to a
and I ain't taking nothing
7-Eleven.
less than a 50.
I'm not
Like,
going to a 7-Eleven.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm like if I'm going to go to jail for robbery, I'm getting as much that I can get.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I promise you, you only gonna catch me with like $30, and I'm gonna say I spent
Uh,
it at the casino,
right.
and I'll do my time. And when I get out, I will move to Antigua or somewhere. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Barbados. Y'all will never see me again when I get out.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, dang. And then somebody be like, man, y'all seen Shay? Man, Shay doing it up. Yeah, because they never found that money.
Yeah. And that's the thing where I think when some people, it ain't no halfway more. Either you go all the way in or you all the way out. Like most people that go all the way one way, they're usually successful, whether that's positive or, the negative way. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no coincidence, kind of in there. But when I saw the dude in his documentary, like he was, portraying, this lifestyle and really maybe he was the poster child of kind of what a lot of these folks doing now, like on social media, YouTube, just putting all these guns and stuff in their video, coloring their hair, doing all this stuff to really stand out. You know what I'm saying? To really clout chase, I think what they call it, clout chase for the social media, clout chase for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Do stuff like even the stuff we doing here now on YouTube. Like people are just like, oh man, why don't you do such and such on TikTok or dance or do something like that? But like that's not me. That's not you. That's not our lane. We
Yeah,
doing
which
what
I
we
had it.
do, and when it hit, if it hit, or when it hit, that's what it is. We gonna be in our wheelhouse, in our lane. We ain't gonna be doing nothing, outside of what we do anyway. You know what I'm saying? But today is the thing where people just okay, well,
Attention, want to be seen.
I'm an attention whore, right? I'm an attention whore, so I want to do whatever. If I need to, you know what I'm saying, stand on top of my head, you know what I'm saying, let somebody throw eggs in my head, you know what I'm saying, to make people laugh or do something like that. Like what was the show back in the day, Jackass?
Yeah, yeah.
MTV where they had people had a snake, bite his nuts or something like that. It was, some
Getting shot, putting firecrackers in your booty and
yeah.
everything
And
like that.
and that started the culture of just doing whatever it
Well,
is
you
to
know they
get
did.
attention.
You
Yeah.
know they didn't have no brothers on this show.
They didn't.
And they didn't have no white boys from the hood either on the show
Oh
either.
no.
Like cause we know some
Yeah.
that grew up around us. Like
Yeah.
I know my boy Todd ain't doing nothing like that.
Nah. You gotta be
Shout out my guy Todd.
you gotta be a different grade of
Todd, but Todd
person with
wouldn't do
that.
nothing like that. Todd ain't putting firecrackers up his booty or running into brick walls or nothing like that. Like that ain't.
But
You know what I'm saying?
that's the culture that we're living in, and I think he wanted to kind of tie it into, kind of what that means for us, or as a community, as a black community, like as far as with the snitching and the whole, just what Takashi 6ix9ine, what he represented. He represented like the dude is I guess super popular. You know what I'm saying, but it's for his outlandish attention whore ways.
And, well, you know what? And I think that like, so if you're, I would say 26 and up, you're more on that vein of not snitching to the point to where like you can know it's a child rapist staying next door to you, or somebody who robs senior citizens or kills women or what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they could do some
Right.
just vile, foul stuff, and that mentality will have you not saying anything. Just like, well, if he do something to mine, he got to go.
Right.
But he should have to go anyway. If I know that they're actively doing that, but that mentality exists amongst a certain age group. Whereas I would say if you're like, what did I say, 26 or
You said
26?
26.
Okay, so like 25 and then like between that 18 and 25, depending on the situation, they'll snitch.
Yeah.
But it don't even have to be like, but it's not from a moral standpoint though. It's because I feel like if I tell, I won't get in trouble by myself. Like I worked. I can say this now because I'm not in education anymore. But the biggest thing that used to be said all the time, like, and again, like my cousin was my boss. She was the principal, and of course, like a lot of the parents didn't know that, but like the staff pretty much knew that. Now keep in mind, anybody would tell you that up there, like, yeah, like I made jokes about loafing and stuff. Like when it was time for me to be loafing, like I was loafing when I was on planning period or my lunch break.
Right.
Especially when I was doing my side hustle, I was good for taking a nap on my time.
Right.
But when I was never loafing when I was supposed to be teaching. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was supposed to have a class or have multiple classes, I showed out. Like she would love when them people that wrote the big checks coming in, love having them come in and watch my class.
Right.
But like stuff that shouldn't be done, like we couldn't park on a certain side of the building. I would park on the side of the building because I had to collect because we had to use walkie-talkies to communicate throughout the school. Had to collect them, take them upstairs. Well, when I get to taking them upstairs, if I'm parked right there, I ain't got to walk all the way to the other side of the building. I can put the equipment back on the charger base, go down the steps, and I'm right by my car, as opposed to having to walk through the whole building
Right.
to get out. So for me, it was functionality. I would pretty much be at the school the whole day. Some people would park by there because it's like, oh, I got here late, so I'm gonna park on this side because I can come in through this door, and she don't see me come in, or the office don't see me come in. So they say, hey, y'all can't park on that side of the building. Some people was just like, okay, and they knew why I parked there. They knew like, oh, Raglan gonna be here, because the same people that like they asked me to watch their class when they leave. But then you had others. You ain't say nothing to Raglan. Why you ain't say nothing to Raglan?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, first of all, my nigga, like you only here 4 days out the week anyway. You know, like any excuse to leave, you leave, but you worried about where I'm parking at.
Not
And
minding your own
you
business.
see what I'm saying? And again, but mine is, and I told, and I still parked on the same side of it, and it wasn't about no cousin stuff. You say, look, if you want to write me up, write me up, but somebody else can collect these radios. I said, when I get here in the morning, I park on this side in the morning because, again, I have to go and immediately put the radios on the charger so they can charge. I get here early enough to charge the radios up so they're ready when school starts. I said, so if somebody else want to collect all these radios and keep up with them, because nobody else was keeping up with them until I got there. And so if somebody else want to do it, by all means, go on ahead. Stay here later.
Yeah.
Of course, nobody else wanted to do that, but I used that example to say that was a situation where, like, it's snitching. What I was doing had no bearing on what you were doing. It wasn't a moral issue. It wasn't a right and wrong issue. You just felt some type of way because they knew you get here late and you sneak in. So if you park on the front, then we see who coming in late and who on time.
Yeah.
And so like that's a situation where it's like this generation, and again, when I say this generation, I mean 18 to 25 is more on some of that. Well, if I can't do it, you shouldn't be able to do it either. Regardless of your situation or what you got going on, I should be able to do whatever you're doing, even if it don't make no sense.
Yeah, that's just unfortunately, like that's the mentality that, like, at this point in time, like, we OGs now. You know what I'm saying? We're grown to that point to where, we're OGs, and so some of the stuff or the principles that we have grew up on or live on, some will call that, old or, traditional or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? It's just certain things. To me, it's about having order. Like, even in the streets growing up, you knew people. You know what I'm saying? Or you knew people didn't mess with so and so because he was a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? They didn't mess with Jones because he was talented in the arts. You know what I'm saying? Whether he was a rapper or artist or something. You know what I'm saying? It was, some people even then, you know what I'm saying, broke those rules. But those people at some point or another got dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not telling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, there wasn't the people that shot down Ben Wilson in Chicago.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me the people that's in Chicago, like, they got dealt with whoever that was, because that was, even they knew who that was, and it's supposed to have been hands off. But like now, it's no accountability like that in the streets now. Like, you can touch whoever. Like, it's no really repercussions, because you know what I'm saying. It was thuggish back when we was growing up. But you know what I'm saying, we had organized.
It was still rules though.
Yeah, you had.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't mess with nobody's family. Like, you didn't mess with no kids.
Yeah.
You didn't mess with nobody's mama.
Yeah.
And if it came to that, it was because this person did something so vile and foul to the point that it's like, you know what? This got to happen because everybody needs to know that you can't do this. But if me and you just got a beef, oh, you know what? If your kid, you safe when you with your kids. You safe when you with your mom or with your lady.
I'm not.
But I'm gonna catch you though.
Right.
And when I catch you, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But you know what? Oh, you taking your grandma to church or whatever? Oh, you got your kids in the park. Okay. I just want you to know I see you.
Right. It's an order. Like, even, one of our guys, well, I don't want to say his name because of what I'm about to say, but um, his brother got shot, and he actually saw him get killed, got shot in the head, back in the day, and he was so infuriated with who did that. You know what I'm saying? He obviously knew the cat what it was. Hiding out at his house, he was in the bushes. You know what I'm saying? But he was ready to get got. But when he came out, I think he had, I don't know whether his girlfriend or his kids or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And so he, even after all that bitterness, all that anger, he held back just because of who was around at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? But now you look on the news, you see, oh, the dude got shot plus his girlfriend and his kid and the girl was pregnant and the
Yeah,
kid gone too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, but your beef was with Jones. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But you want to take, it's no order, it's no, I don't want to say decency because at the end of the day, you still trying to hurt somebody. But it was like, well, I guess it would be some decency. It's just, it's not reckless. Like everybody got to get it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like people come be like, oh, it don't matter. Everybody gonna get it. I don't care. I'm just gonna be shooting outside the club. Everybody gonna get it. I don't care if your lady out there, your kids in front. Tell them don't be in front because they gonna get it too. You know what I'm saying? But
I
yo,
mean, and I'm not gonna lie, like the old heads I grew up with, like yeah, everybody had a 38. You know what I'm saying? Like now, they might have like a 380 or a 9 or something
yeah,
like that. You trying to show out, you got like a 4.5 or something like that. But everybody had what they call a throwaway. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, but you had that because you really didn't need, more than six to do what you needed to do.
right,
Like now, these niggas got guns that hold stupid rounds,
man. Like
and you hit everybody but the person you trying to shoot.
you in Armageddon, like
You know
you
what
in
I'm saying? Or you
Iraq
can empty
somewhere,
a whole clip and not get nobody unless you this close to them.
right?
And so I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not, not like, hey, you got to protect yourself, protect yourself.
Yeah,
Um, but at the same time, like it's more from a showing out or bravado type of standpoint. You know. And then, but going back to what like the crazy thing is though, man, like you be OG Bobby Johnson, like you know what I'm saying, like you Ghost, you know what I'm saying, you Tommy from Power, like you know what I'm saying, not Franklin, but
I know what
dang,
you're
I
talking
can't
about.
think his homeboy name, is it Leon with the afro, little
Leon.
short cat with the afro, like you a shooter,
Yeah. Okay.
you
Okay.
know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
saying, but
Yeah.
then till you get caught though.
Yeah.
And then when you get caught, that wasn't my gun. That was JB gun, and then that was Vic's car. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Then such and such snapped the picture up, and the counterfeit money we had holding up flashing. You know what I'm saying? That was my nigga B Howard money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the whip we stole, that you know what I'm saying? My nigga J Mac, Jay Sanders, he the one hot wired the whip.
Right.
So I'm gonna take everybody down.
Right.
So my dumb ass took a picture
Right.
and posted it on Facebook,
Yeah.
or Instagram or Snap or
Anyway. Yeah.
Twitter. I'm the one who posted the picture, but then I want to dime everybody out because I got caught.
Yeah.
And I go back. You remember that movie Takers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so there
Real
was
good
a
movie.
line in there, yeah, with
Yeah.
with Idris and Ti
Chris
and
Brown,
yeah, my guy played Anakin.
the white boy.
Yeah, Hayden Christensen. He played Anakin in the original Star Wars
And
the
the white dude
trilogy.
that died that's in the Fast and Furious. Paul.
No, he wasn't Paul Walker. Yeah, Paul
Paul
Walker
Walker.
was in
Yeah.
there.
Paul
Right,
Walker's
right,
in
right.
there.
Yeah, Paul Walker. But then the other white guy was the guy who played as the young
Yeah.
Anakin.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah. I
saying?
know what you're
Like,
talking about.
cause yeah, he got shot when they broke into the
Had the
hotel
little
room
cool
or
little
whatever.
hat to be
Yeah, be
wearing.
rocking the little brims and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was a line in there where Idris was kind of, well, Ti was mad at Idris or whatever. They was kind of going back and forth, and he was like, what are you mad at us for? You got caught. It's like don't be mad at us. Like we did what we were supposed to do. You got
Right.
caught. Like you knew the risk.
Those were the
Like
rules.
we
Yeah.
all was in the game or whatever, but we set you up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You come out. We done took care of you.
He took his girl though.
You know what I'm saying? Who is that?
the blue
No,
eye
Michael
boy.
Ealy, yeah, green
Ely,
eyes
yeah,
and
yeah,
ham,
yeah,
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 green
yeah.
eye, yeah,
Green eyes, yeah,
green
you know,
eyes
like,
got him now.
he
You
got
know,
his girl
green
now.
eyes and ham gonna get him now.
Yeah, he got his girl
But
with it.
but what he was saying was though, like, you got caught.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And to his credit though, now he didn't snitch when he was in jail. But the point that he was making was, and this is what a lot of folks don't understand: when you get caught, man, do your time on the arm. Like, if you're gonna live that life, if you play that game, it's rules to that game. And on the flip side, if you're not in that game, you should not feel obligated to try to protect people, to try to stay in a lane that you're not in. Now, I will say certain stuff don't have nothing to do with you. Like I'm not finna be driving around the greater Memphis area trying to find people so I can call the police on.
Right. You're not looking.
You know what I'm saying? But
You
like, but
file
like,
two-way cash.
you know what I'm saying? But like, I
Project
got
Pat.
I got daughters. Like, so if you are a a child molester or a rape, like, you can't stay near me now because you have not, if you have not physically done anything to mine. Now, if you do anything to mine, like, hey,
Yeah,
you
for
ain't got to
sure.
worry about it. You ain't got to worry about me snitching.
Right.
I'm coming for you.
Right.
Please believe that. But if you ain't did, but I know, like, you know what I'm saying, you got it. And what if you're not around? Like, what if you out of town or something? What if you passed on or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm not gonna just sit by and watch somebody do something to your kids.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if I don't do it myself, I'm sure as hell calling, hey, you know what, this dude in that white, you know what I'm saying, that white Plymouth, you know what I'm saying? Well, no, nobody drive a Plymouth no more. In that white Charger, you know what I'm saying, like license plate, whatever. Or I'm gonna do it myself. If I see it, I'm gonna do it myself.
Right.
And if I see one of your little men walking or baby girl walking, and it's like, what's wrong? You know, this person tried to do something. If I'm there,
Right.
and I know some phone calls, man, I ain't gonna say nobody's name on camera, but I can make some phone calls, like, and they ain't gonna ask no questions, and it is what it is. But now, if I like people saying this person doing like, that don't make me a snitch. I'm not molesting childs with this nigga.
Right.
I said molesting child. I'm not molesting children with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not hurting kids with this person.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make me a snitch. Now, if we're in the business of hurting children, and then I get caught and he don't, then yeah, I'm a snitch at that point.
Right.
But people shouldn't feel obligated, especially in our community, especially in the black, because it's really rampant in the black community, that we feel this kind of moral conundrum where we don't want to say nothing because we don't want to be labeled as a snitch.
Yeah. But if you live in a community, let's say you live in you live in a black neighborhood, and you know what I'm saying, you have a family, and you see some illegal activity going on that's affecting your neighborhood or affecting, you know what I'm saying, that is your right to make, whatever necessary phone call in order to help. That's what the authorities are there for, to do that.
Right.
Because you're not a part of that illegal operation that's going on.
And it don't really happen too much now, but like back in the day, you remember everybody used to have a bootleg man.
Yeah.
Like the bootleg man was a staple of the community. Like, the bootleg man was just as important as your local neighborhood church, or you know what I'm saying, like the candy lady.
He was essential.
You know what I'm saying? It was like church, the bootleg man, and the candy lady. Like, that was a staple of the community.
Yeah.
Right? So, but it was time, like, I don't know what the equivalent of the bootleg man is now. But that would be like calling the police on the bootleg man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't call the police on the boot. Like, that's not a moral conundrum.
Right.
Niggas just want to watch a DVD. Like, back in the day, like, oh, you already got, you know what I'm saying, Coming to America, and ain't even on Amazon yet. Like, oh, I need that.
Right.
Like, niggas just want to be entertained. Like, what is the deal?
Or calling the dude to come to the barbershop with all the socks.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, or you got the cable plug. Like, Niggas just want to watch the fight and not have to pay them exorbitant prices
Oh man,
on
what
pay per view.
you don't want to
Like
pay the $80?
that's not a moral conundrum, especially if you're mad because you can't watch it or you can't afford to watch it. So you gonna now
Yeah,
you snitching.
yeah.
But now if you know, like, okay, it's people going in the house but they ain't coming out, and these folks is buying a lot of acid and lime and
Yeah,
stuff that make people body disappear. You know, like on Breaking Bad.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not a snitch.
Right,
That could be you.
right. Yeah, it's levels
You know what
to
I'm
it.
saying? So
It's levels
it's
to it,
just
man.
depending on the motive and the intention. You know, and again, like some stuff doesn't warrant you getting authorities and like why call a SWAT team to get a cat out of the tree?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. And that's the thing. Like people, I think even today they don't want to. We don't want to think now. We don't want to. Just anything goes because I don't want to have to be able to think about is this part of a code or not. If I want to do it, if it's gonna save me, no matter what that is, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the culture and stuff that we live in today. At least the younger people because they just like, well, it's gonna help my bottom line. It's gonna help me. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm gonna do. No matter what it is, no matter what I look like. I don't care if I look a fool on, you know what I'm saying, these challenges and stuff they be having. It don't matter, but how my views looking. You know what I'm saying? How
Yeah.
my likes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the grab attention. Like, you want the views and stuff, but at what price are you willing to do that? You know what I'm saying? We grew up in an era to where, you know what I'm saying? I think maybe me and you were talking about this, like, when we grew up in hip hop or rap, everybody had their distinct sound. Everybody had their distinct flow. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying, Big Daddy Kane, you know what I'm saying, didn't sound like you know what I'm saying,
Rakim,
Rakim.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rakim didn't sound like LL, you know. LL didn't sound like,
Cool Mo D,
Coogee Rap, you know what I'm
Cool
saying?
G Rap, Craig Mack, Biz,
You know,
Biggie,
all that,
Nas,
and people
Jay.
worked to be different. They worked to stand out. Not although they could have, sounded, because when Jay-Z first sounded out, he came out with the fast flow because that was, how it was. But then he distinctly found his lane and his
Right.
sound,
I mean, because he
and
did
that's what it
come out
was.
sounding like, you remember Foo Schnickens?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He came out sounding like them, but then when he was just like,
Jazzo.
well, he sounded different when he was rapping with Jazz O.
Yeah.
And then he kind of had the Foo Schnickens flow.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, but by the time Reasonable Doubt came around, he's like, you know what, I'm just finna be me.
He had it. He had it then,
You
and
know what I'm
so
saying? And then from that point, like, you go back and listen, man, Reasonable Doubt still go now.
man, Reasonable Doubt is 10 mics.
Man, that still go.
You say five,
That
that
still go now.
yeah, it was way ahead of its time, and so I said that just to say, you know what I'm saying, like people don't go out of their way to try to do anything that takes effort, that takes any mental energy. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just what you feel and what that is, and so. And the Takashi 6ix9ine, I think, was a poster child for that because he didn't have any rules at all. He pretty much just did what he wanted, said what he wanted, and at the end of the day, he was about that life in the video. But then when it came down to it, when it
He
came
really
down
wasn't.
to, I think he was on a Breakfast Club. I believe he said two things that he feared. He said one was God, the second was the FBI. You know what I'm saying? And so that rung true just because, and I don't think he even did jail time. I think he's on house arrest or something. I don't think he ever
I mean, dude,
did any time.
and
So,
this is a whole nother. We'll have to make another episode talking about this, but it's like people don't understand consequences,
yeah.
and we live in an age now where people do not want to be held accountable.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's okay for me to call a woman a bitch or a hoe, but I don't want to be dealt with the consequences of being labeled as misogynistic
Right.
or archaic or old fashioned or we don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it could be a dude that want to be a transgender woman, but you know if he start getting assaulted by dudes or like you don't want to deal with that though, but you want to be a woman. But then if somebody approach you like that, then you don't want that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or women that want to be men, you want to be a dude, but then if a dude knock you out, then all of a sudden you're a woman again. Like dealing with the consequence. Like if you're gonna be in that lane,
Right.
if you're going to be in that lane,
Yep. Deal with it, whatever comes with it.
you know what I'm saying. And so whatever level that is, whatever that looks like, like if I want to be a racist, but then I don't want to be labeled a racist. Like, but you chose to say and tweet and post and snap racist things.
Yeah.
And so I think the thing with Takashi is that you wanted to be this gangster. You make all these videos, you're putting hits out on people and everything. They actually got to shooting at Chief Keef. You orchestrated in your own video, putting money on his head. But then when it comes time to pay the penalty, then you want to say, "Oh, it wasn't just me. I got coerced. I didn't know. Well, this person was with me too." Yes, you got caught, idiot.
Right. And all that stuff was just clout chasing because the more he did that stuff, the more he threatened Chief Keef, the higher his numbers got because he'll put a video out that next week or a couple of days later and it's getting over 50 million views on YouTube just because of this controversy and stuff that you started. You know what I'm saying? But when it come down to it, at the end of the day, he put, I don't know how many, it was at least 8 folks in jail, I think, serving a sum of total over 80 years. You know
I
what I'm
said 30. I
saying?
was wrong, but yeah, it's
It was a lot. Cause I
yeah.
was,
No,
I was
what I'm
like,
saying.
what?
Yeah, it's people doing like all types of years
It's
when you add the
crazy,
time
man.
up.
And so, like, in
And then you got a cat like Bobby who said, "You know what? I'm not. He said I gotta give accountability for my bad decisions and what I did, and my homeboy shouldn't have to suffer for that."
and that's an A1 dude. Like, whatchamacallit, like Bootsy the same way.
Yeah.
You know, all them
Oh yeah,
interviews he
Boosie
did
got
with Black.
shot.
Yeah.
Boosie got shot, and he said like he did an interview where he said like they was asking him what happened or who did it. He said I don't know. I was asleep. I was in the car asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just different codes of people that live thorough
But
like that.
again, what I say, 26 to and up, like Boosie is what 37,
He
38.
about our age, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like he's from a different era. He's from a different generation. Like he moves differently. You know what I'm saying?
And there's no reason, like, is the people that live like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and to truth be told, Pac didn't really get shot until he just started being reckless with a lot of stuff. And the codes, he was dealing with gang members or he wasn't part of the gang. And he talking to people because he living that lifestyle with Death Row that he really wasn't. Yeah. He was a part
and
of their entourage.
And that's what's crazy is my homeboys and I, we was having a conversation about this because like one of my kinfolk actually is I ain't gonna say what he is, but he's legit though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so what we was comparing it to is like, okay, and one of my homeboys are like, look, they're like that's like my little brother, that's my nigga, but like, you know what I'm saying? When he with the set though, he dealing with certain situations, like I got to stay in my lane.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not with that.
Right.
So if I get in that situation, I got to deal with the consequences that come with that situation. And then so the people who deal with me as a consequence to my actions, they're justified because now I'm playing on their court. I'm playing just like, when you play Uno or Spades. Well, Spades got a general rule, but like, if you play Uno, if you play at my crib, you got one set of rules. We playing at your crib, it could be a totally different set. So like when you go to a different, if you ain't with the set and you get in that situation, well, guess what? Now you got to be held accountable to them rules, even though you're not in their life. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you don't inject yourself into the situation, they're not holding you accountable to that. And so, to your point, it wasn't just reckless, but you injected yourself into a situation that didn't have anything to do with you.
Could have been avoided, man.
You know, it's like
Could have
this
been
wasn't a
avoided.
dude on your label.
Right.
This wasn't somebody that you know what I'm saying, that pulled you out of a burning building or a burning car. We're like, oh, we kick it, you my guy. Oh, somebody did something, come on, let's smash him. Like, and then on the flip side, on the other side of that, like nobody had enough sense to say, oh, whoa, hold up, man, you the money.
Right.
Man, get back.
Right.
Man, slow down, little nigga, slow down.
I got this.
We got now. You
we
go
got other
back,
people to
man.
do
Should
this.
get him out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that was kind of the mistake. And then they just let him. And when you look at the clip of the footage of him in the hotel when he went in and punched dude, like he was leading the shot. Like, why is he? He's not even a blood.
Yeah. He was the main guy.
He's not even Pyru, but you're leading the charge.
Yeah, because he was on that whole
you know,
thing.
And again, like he's an icon. I mean, his impact is still felt to this day.
For sure.
I just think in hindsight, in that situation, if he could go back,
He
if
lost
was
some
here,
codes that we
he
talking
probably would not have made that decision.
No. Not if he wanted to live. Like maybe he was like, I don't care. I do whatever. But he crossed that line and
Right.
giving back to what we're saying, what it does to the culture. Like once you come out and have no rules for anything goes, that can deal with any part of life. Like you're going to get in some type of trouble. Just like if you're in a marriage and you feel you can just do anything you want, or you're gonna end up. It may not happen, in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But you will eventually get in trouble because
Remind me of a conversation where I'm not gonna snitch on.
yeah.
But
But you
No,
have
'cause
no
it was-
moral compass with it. So with anything, you have to have some order. Whether that's the streets, whether that's your relationship, friend, you got to have something that you stand for in order to make stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go the way they need to go. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
So,
mean, and again, like I said though, like I just think people don't understand consequences.
nah.
Like we want to be able to do what we want to do, but we don't understand the consequences for our actions.
Yeah.
And so, on the one hand, if I want to do dirt, whatever that may be, whether it's we consider it white collar crime or grimy crime or whatever,
Right.
it's consequences for that life.
Right.
And so you got to know if you're gonna do that, and don't be trying to pull nobody down with you. If nobody put a gun to your head, now the only way you should be diming people out if somebody put a gun to your head and forced you to do whatever, then you could say, okay, well look, I wouldn't have did it, but this part. But if you willingly chose to do what you did, do your time.
You got to figure it out. I want to say this, then we're gonna end. Oh, there we go. But I wanted to say this. I think I told you the story before. We was in Nashville, and I just actually had my little legal situation or whatever. But we was working at FedEx, and we were making them routes. You know what I'm saying? Riding with the courier truck dude, and we came up on maybe the north side of Nashville or whatever. Maybe it was called. Maybe it was south side. But we came. It was a drug kingpin dude. You know what I'm saying? That actually hit me and my homeboy up. Was like, because wherever he was trying to move some packs, we was in his area, pushing some stuff. So he was basically like, you make a couple of these runs for me, I give y'all 1,200 a run or something. And so when you come down to it, you talking about 2 times a day. So you talking about 2,400 each. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
For 24, 25-year-old, you know what I'm saying? You like, but the only reason I didn't do it because I wasn't about that life. Like, okay, it's no way I was going to do that and not be entwined with whatever this other dude. I didn't know him from anybody. I just heard about who he was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, if I put myself into this lifestyle, I can't be just like, I'm going to be in and out. Even though I may want to be in and out, he may not want me to be in and out. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm doing something for him. Be like, well, nah, nigga, you got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, if not, I can get you caught or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So even then, plus it probably helped because I was in a legal situation like prior to, like 6 months before. So it was like no. But to that point, like either you're all the way in or you out. It ain't no. Yeah, I'll sell you. I'd move a couple packs. I get 2,400.
I
Out of
didn't. Well,
you.
you was getting the good love. They got over on me. All I did was
Mm,
drove the car, and dropped it off at one point. Let them go in the trunk or get whatever they had to get, and then drove the car back. But uh, had a time where actually, I got pulled over,
yeah.
and I'm fortunate to still be here
Thank God.
because I decided to take the police on a high speed chase.
This
And
dude
oh
here.
no, I had to go to court and all that. Like, so that's
Yeah.
done. But that's young, and then like I was a teenager. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's good and gone. But
Live and learn.
um, it was just one of those things. Like, and it wasn't even really being about the for me. And it was the fear of like the guy was like, I pulled you over because your light was out, but I'm like, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So like I already knew like, okay, you really didn't have a reason to pull me over,
Right.
but it's like you just trying to. It's like okay, and I told him I said, well, the light wasn't out, and he was like, oh, okay, hold on. So he walked back. When he walked back to his car, was over with. Scared like I'm gone.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But again, even in that situation,
Yeah.
it's like, well, why was you doing that? What was you doing? It's like I was just I shouldn't have been over there. I shouldn't have been. Well, who was you? I wasn't with nobody. What was you? I wasn't doing nothing. Like I just.
Yeah, that's what
So
you
if I
that's what you
get
got to
in
do.
trouble, like I'm gonna get in trouble. Like I'm not finna come back and have these niggas looking for me
Right.
because I didn't. You know what I'm saying? They didn't showed up because nobody put a gun to my head and made me. I wanted to make a little money. I wanted to prove I was down. It is what it is. People had this impression of because who Pops is, and they're so you must be because I gotta show you.
Right.
It's like what? I don't see nothing. I don't know nothing. It's me. So whatever you got to do to me, I shouldn't have did it. Why'd you run? I got scared. Like, why you get scared? Because I know what police do to black men. And so then they felt something like, oh, it's messed up that this young 16-year-old is just, your view is looking at the world like this. Like, yeah, that's what it is.
Man, and see and what we're talking is not honestly. A lot of people don't think like we're talking. Even today, even among our age groups and stuff like that. Because I know my brother had some stories and stuff and how people dime each other out. That's kind of how he got his little felony charge, whatever. But to each his own. But yeah, man. Until next time, y'all
As
continue
always.
with that executive mindset.
And most definitely keep it presidential. Bow. Arrivederci.